My child, watch this first or you may miss what I sent just for you. Read this warning. I am stopping you right now. Do not scroll. Do not move. Do not tell yourself you will come back later. You kept missing me because I was late. In the end, you missed blessings that were right in front of you. It was later that you got into fights that weren't meant for you. Now listen to me. Pay attention to this first because it holds something that God prepared just for your life. And if you take another look, you might miss what was made just for you. I know how quickly your days go by. I know that your mind goes fast a lot. I know how you quickly move from one thing to another to keep yourself together. I know how simple it is for you to skip over the quiet times when I try to talk to you. I know how the noise around you and inside you can take away your peace. But I stopped you today to make sure you didn't miss this. I did this to freeze your mind for a moment and bring your heart back into alignment. Not now. The tone of my voice has changed. It's not because I dislike you, but because I need to keep something important safe. I saw you walk right by my signs. Not because you didn't want to talk to me, but because you were too busy. I saw you ignore my warnings, not because you didn't care, but because you didn't know how to deal with the truth. I saw you shut down your spirit. It wasn't because you didn't love me. You were afraid that everything would have to change if you didn't listen. I know what that fear is. I saw it as soon as it got into your heart. I saw that every time I reached out, it made you think twice. I saw you run even though you wanted to stay. But pay attention, kid. It's not like the other warnings. You and I are not talking from far away. I'm not sending you a small whisper that you might miss. I'm stepping right into your moment. I'm putting my hand on your shoulder. It's for your heart's sake that I lift your chin. It's important for me to hold you close because this moment has weight, purpose, and destiny. What I sent you is getting close. And you will miss what you prayed for if your spirit is off, your eyes are off, and your heart is all over the place. To miss this, you have too much to offer. You have grown, cried, lived, and fought too many battles. What is finally coming your way now? There were tears running down your face as you prayed in the dark. As you begged for answers, direction, and comfort, you have whispered desperate words into your pillow. You have looked at the ceiling and thought, will my life ever make sense again? No one has noticed the pain in your chest because you've learned how to hide why you're breaking. I saw everything. I kept track of every tear. I held you through every quiet moment. I stayed with you every night when I was by myself. You were never left alone. Heaven had something personal, healing, and meant to change the course of your life ready for you. Even when you felt like no one cared or remembered what you went through. But you need to pay attention to this blessing, this breakthrough, this change. Your heart has to be awake for it. Your spirit to pay attention and your eyes to be wide open. That's why I brought you here. That's the reason you're reading this sentence. That's why your heart is pulling right now. You know deep down that this message is more than words. This is me talking right to you. I have warned you before, but you ignored them. And every time you went into battle, I tried to keep you safe. You got into relationships that were bad for you because you didn't listen to the feeling I gave you. Because you thought you could handle things on your own. You stayed close to people who held you back. You went back to bad habits that were hurting you because you didn't want to face the pain they were causing. You didn't pay attention to the small signs because they were too easy to miss. Kid, those missed warnings cost you more than you thought. Now I'm going to talk with sadness. It wasn't sadness that I was let down by you. It was sadness that I saw your heart break where it didn't need to. I saw you hold on to things I tried to get rid of. I saw you give your breath away to people who didn't care about your heart. I saw you pray for peace while holding on to the thing that was making you unhappy. The more I tried to give you answers, the more you turned away when you screamed for them. I stayed, though. I still kept you safe. Still, I led you. Still, I love you with a love that doesn't go away, even when you don't respond. If you really believe that today's blessing is for you, type men in your heart, but I need your full attention right now. That's not what I want. I'm telling you this not because I want to be in charge, but because I want to protect your future. The next steps in your life are about to begin now that you have reached a turning point. If you listen now, you'll know what comes next. There is a blessing coming your way that has a time attached to it. There is an open door that won't stay open for long. You are moving toward healing, but you have to let it happen. The spiritual world is going through a change. You will walk the wrong way at the wrong time if you leave. You asked God to show me something. This is the sign. You prayed to God to make things clear for me. This clearly sounds like me talking. You asked God to show you what to do. Right now is the answer. Do these words make you feel heavy? Can you feel the stress in your chest? Do you sense that the room is becoming more quiet? That's me. I'm putting my hand on you because your spirit needs to hear this without any other sounds getting in the way. I'm softening everything inside you so the truth can get to places where pain used to block it. Also, I want you to know something very important. I'm not telling you this because bad things are about to happen. I'm telling you this so that you don't miss out on something good. What I've made for you will make you better. It will make you better. It will make you feel better after years of being emotionally heavy. It will help you understand questions that have been bothering you. After years of being in the dark, it will feel like stepping into the light. You might miss it, though, if your heart isn't paying attention. You can turn it down. It doesn't look like what you thought it would, so you might walk right by it. You might think about it again and lose the time. Because of this, I am telling you with all my power and love that you can't miss this. I have now set things up so they work out well for you. I've got hearts ready to help you. I have set up opportunities for you. I fixed parts of you that were too weak before. I opened up paths that you didn't even know were blocked. Some things I've done behind the scenes aren't clear to you yet. But everything builds up to this point. This call, this warning, this chance. Stay put. Don't move. Do not leave. Don't skip. Don't tell yourself that you'll read the rest later. It took you years because you said later too many times. This moment doesn't want to wait. The question is for now. I'm here. What am I saying? What I sent you is closer than you think. Let me tell you, my child, why I had to cut you off like this. Why I came into this moment with a heavy heart. That's why I reached into your day and made it impossible for you to refuse to look at me. You haven't been aware that you've been drifting. Your days have been going by without you noticing. You've been going from one thought to the next and one burden to the next, carrying weight that wasn't meant to be on your shoulders in ways you never said out loud. Life has been too much for you. There has been a heavy feeling in your heart that has kept you from connecting with yourself, your purpose, and even me. It's not that you don't love me. It's just that the noise around you blocked out the quiet voice inside you. You've been physically and mentally tired. You've been mentally and emotionally worn out, spiritually numb, and hurting in silence. Your mind has been active even though your body has been still. Your heart has been beating fast even though your feet haven't been moving. You have been overloaded with duties, stress, unanswered questions, and old wounds that you tried to hide but kept coming back to the surface. You have been fighting battles without any energy, making choices without any clarity, and getting through days without any peace. And because of this, you began to drift away from your own center, not from me on purpose. You got lost in the noise and couldn't get out of it. My child, you've missed a lot of my signs. It's not that you're stubborn, but that you're too busy. You've missed a lot of my whispers, not because you're not paying attention, but because your mind has been too busy. You haven't paid attention to the soft nudge in your heart. Because you are too busy trying to hold your world together with hands that are already tired. I saw how you tried to dull the pain just to get through the day. It looked like you were taking your mind off of what your heart was telling you. I saw how you told yourself, "I'm fine." Even though your body was dying to get help, your life's noise built a wall between your soul and my voice. Fear built up that wall even more. Lots of confusion made more breaks. Emotional weight shut it down. This is why you missed me so much. You could hear what was going on around you more clearly than I could. It wasn't that I pulled away. It was that fear made it hard for you to feel me. Not because I stopped showing you the way, but because you were so used to making it through that you didn't notice when I tried to show you the way. I knew what I was doing. I never thought less of you for it. I never felt sad when I looked at you. I saw you trying to get through the storm without realizing that I was right next to you trying to keep you stable. Now though, something important is coming your way. Something that heaven planned a long time ago. Something that will change the course of your life. Something that will take away the weight you've been carrying for years. This is why I had to cut you off. This is why I jumped in so quickly. I feel strong, almost demanding, and almost urgent because of this. Because you can't miss, put off, or ignore what is coming at you. Your spirit needs to be awake. You must have an open heart. You must have ears that are hearing. You can't just float through this moment the way you went through many others. You need to pay attention, be aware, and be willing for the blessing that is coming. You have been praying for happiness, guidance, healing, and a sign. Some of those prayers you said in a whisper while your hands were shaking. Some you said in a whisper while crying on your pillow. Some things you said in a whisper while acting tough. Heaven heard all of them. I made sure that not a single prayer got missed, not a single whisper was lost. Every single cry was heard. Heaven has been getting ready for this moment. Moving pieces you can't see, lining up things in the background, shutting doors that were hurting you, and opening doors that will lead you to peace, moving people around you, and stopping steps that would have hurt you. Furthermore, the time is ideal, my dear child. God's timing is always right, even if you don't understand it yet. What is coming into your life is coming at the exact time that your spirit is ready for it. Not until you're ready. Not when things look like they are ready, but when your spirit is ready. That's why it looked like things were taking longer than expected. That's why you were stuck. That's why you thought I might have forgotten about you. I wasn't late. I was getting everything ready so that the blessing would stay when it comes. This very moment is one of the most important turning points in your journey. Heaven knew this moment was just right to whisper this message into your spirit. I cut you off in the middle of your day because the blessing that is coming can't reach a heart that is busy. It can't get lost in the noise. It can't get into a soul that's only half awake. It needs to be taken in with awareness, stillness, and openness. That's why I brought you here. That's why you can't ignore this. This break is holy because of this. I had this exact moment timed. This happened every second. It took every delay, detour, broken heart, quiet night, and closed door to get you to this point where your spirit would be ready to listen to me at last. Heaven guided your steps. Even when you were lost, heaven showed you the way. Even when you fell, even when you thought your heart was going to break, heaven kept it safe. Heaven sent you here right now so you wouldn't miss what's going to happen next. I had to cut you off, child, because I love you. I cut you off because you're important. I cut you off because I can see something you can't see yet. I stopped you to let you know that your story is about to change. So, be ready. You will need to be aware, have faith, and be ready for what is coming. Heaven is moving already. The blessing is on its way. And now you're finally in the right place to get it. Listen up, child. I want to talk to you about parts of yourself that you keep hidden from other people. Come sit down with me now. I can see how emotionally worn out you are. It looks like a heavy weight on your chest. I see how your heart broke and how you never fully got over it. That hurt you tried to hide so deeply that you even act like it's not there. I can see the loneliness that's on your mind. There were times when you thought no one really knew or understood you. No one stayed long enough to see the real hurts that were hiding beneath your silence. I can see how mixed up you felt when things changed in a way you didn't expect. I saw how every shift left you feeling lost, like something went wrong or something was wrong with you. Plans fell through, relationships ended, and doors shut without warning. I understand the spiritual dryness that made you feel cut off from everyone and everything, even me. I remember times when you felt like you couldn't say a prayer. When you felt like worship was far away and your heart wasn't beating. But I remember the days when you wondered if I was still close because you felt empty inside. I know the fear that came over you in the middle of the night. The fear of failing. Fear of always being by yourself. The fear of being a bother. Fear of being too broken to love or be loved. Do not want to repeat old patterns. Fear that you will never become the person you wanted to be. I understand the fights you have with yourself. There are times when you want to be strong but also feel like you are breaking down. Type "Thank you Lord for new mercies." When you think about seeing His grace every morning, you might feel like you're hiding these things from the world because you don't want to be a burden. Do not want to look weak. You don't want to say how badly you hurt. But my child, I saw every tear you shed, even the ones you wiped away before they hit the ground. I saw the nights when you held it together until everyone else went to sleep. Then you sobbed quietly because you didn't want anyone to hear how sad you were. I remember the nights when your pillow held your tears. You prayed in your head because you didn't have the strength to speak out loud. I was there with you when you thought no one cared, noticed, or got it. I saw you sitting by yourself, breathing hard even though your chest felt heavy. I saw you try to be stronger than you thought you were. I saw you pick to keep going even though you really wanted to give up. You often felt like you were forgotten. You felt like everyone but yourself. You always felt like you were the one caring, trying, and deeply loving, while other people only gave you pieces of what you needed. Like people came into your life, took parts of you, and then left when it was no longer useful to them. You felt alone, rejected, forgotten, and not important. Each time someone left, it made the wound inside you bigger. You thought about whether you were tough to love. You thought you might be cursed. You thought that maybe the world couldn't handle your heart. But pay attention, my dear child. I never left you. Not once. The darkest night is not the way. Not when you feel the most alone. Not when you're really confused. Not during the times when you didn't feel me as much. Not when your heart was too tired to feel anything. You think you were by yourself. But I was there with you. That much closer than your breath, your thoughts, and the heartbeat in your chest. You thought my silence meant I wasn't there. But it really meant I was holding you in ways you didn't know. There were times when your pain was so bad that you didn't even notice I was there. You thought I had left you, too. But child, I need you to know this is true. The times when you didn't feel me as much were the times when I held you tightest. I was watching over your spirit when you were scared out of your mind. While your heart was breaking, I was putting together all the pieces that were broken. When you felt numb and alone, I was there with you in the numbness to keep you from drowning in it. When you felt like you weren't good enough, I whispered worth over your name. I could see you very clearly, even when you felt like you couldn't be seen. I wrapped you in a love you couldn't feel yet. When you felt like you weren't loved, right, man, if you still trust him, my hope is still alive. Heaven heard you when you cried in the dark. You said in a whisper, help me, and the angels moved around. It was like, Lord, I can't do this anymore. I also helped you in ways you didn't even know I was there for you. You didn't keep going because you were strong. You did it because I carried you. You got through the breakup not because you got better quickly, but because I held your heart together where it was bleeding. You got through the bad times not because you were tough, but because my hand held the weakest parts of your soul. You never helped you get through it. I saw that you were lonely and tried to hide it by being busy. I saw the emptiness you were trying to hide by doing something else. To hide your worry, you tried to make jokes and laugh. And I could tell behind your smile, I saw that you were hurt. This is what I want you to know. I've never been let down by your pain. I didn't move away from you because you were having a hard time. I didn't back out because you asked me a question. I didn't walk away because you looked weak. When you were sat scared or had doubts, I was there for you. When you didn't think your prayers would help because nothing seemed to be different. I worked in spots you couldn't see. Why does it hurt even after you cried? I healed you one layer at a time when you asked where are you? I said in a whisper right here when I was quiet. I was holding your heart gently so it wouldn't break under the stress. You thought that was distance. You thought my unanswered prayers meant I didn't care about you. My unanswered prayers, on the other hand, were meant to keep you safe from things you begged for, but were never given. You feel bad that you broke down. Get rid of that shame. I was there for you when you broke down. You feel bad about being weak. Get rid of that shame. I gave you strength when you didn't have any. You feel bad about not being okay. Get rid of that shame. I never asked you to act like someone else. You had to be honest with me. Your tears were like prayers. Your stillness was a prayer. Your pain was a prayer. Your desire was a prayer. I did listen to everything. I've been through every chapter with you. Through the broken heart that broke in your innocence, the disappointment that killed your hope, the loss that left a hole in your heart, and the loneliness that echoed in your soul through the stress that made it hard to breathe. I was there. I could see how heavy you were. I could feel the chill in your body. I heard what you were trying to say, but couldn't. I knew that your choices were based on fear. I could tell that you were tired even though you looked strong. So now I speak with kindness. You were never weak. Your body was hurt. No one could ever dislike you. You were not safe. We will never forget you. People fought for you. You were never by yourself. You were held. You were never not seen. People saw you. You were never left alone. You were watched. You were never too broken to fix. You were split open so that healing could come in. I feel your pain. I respect your pain. I feel your pain. But I will also make your pain go away. There are parts of you that I am touching now. You thought those parts were too broken to show to the light. As I sit here in silence with your shaking heart, I want to remind you that your pain is for a reason and that your story has a future. There's no need to act. You don't need to be strong for me. You don't need to hide your wounds. I came to help the hurt. I hold the broken. I fix what was broken. I will keep you safe. You're safe with me all the time, my child. Pay close attention. As I speak, I will not whisper, nudge, or gently remind you of something. What I am about to tell you is not one of those things. The weight of what I'm about to say is like heaven itself. A blessing, a big step forward, or a change that will make your future different from your past. But you need to pay attention to this blessing. Your heart has to be awake for it to work. You need to keep your spirit alert. You have to obey in a way that you aren't used to. That's why I'm warning you now. There is a more important time for you right now than you think. In the spirit world, something is moving toward you. Something made just for you, shaped to fit your heart, planned for your future, and in line with your goals. But my child, blessings come at the right time. They don't just fall there. They don't just drop out of the sky. They don't come when the heart isn't beating. They come when the spirit is ready to hear them. When the heart gives up, the mind is willing and the spirit is open. That's why I have to come into your life right now. This is the reason I can be understood so well. I feel heavier than usual because of this. You're getting close to a moment that you can't miss. You prayed for change, but for change to happen, you need to be aware of it. Even though you prayed for doors to open, they won't if you're facing the wrong way. You prayed for clarity, but a heart that is full of other things can't receive it. While you prayed for a fresh start, remember that new pain can't come into your life right now. Even though you prayed for miracles, they can't happen until your spirit is awake enough to see them. That awareness has been coming and going for you right now. Your heart is worn out. Your mind is too full to think straight. Things that don't belong to you have been weighing you down. So, you have been missing my signs without even realizing it. Now, listen up, my child. This blessing has a time limit. This shift needs to happen quickly. This breakthrough needs to happen soon. It's not because I can't wait, because there are some chances that you can only get once in your whole life. Some doors are only open during certain times of the year. There are some alignments that can't be used again. There are times when heaven was planned out perfectly. There are times that must be embraced when they come up. If you're not ready, your mind is on something else. Fear pulls you away, or old habits keep you from paying attention. You might miss what I send just for you. Please don't get me wrong. My love for you doesn't depend on time. My presence doesn't depend on time. My mercy doesn't depend on time. But the blessing I'm making right now, the chance that's coming your way, and the spiritual shift that's happening in your life are all tied to a moment that needs to be respected. This is not a scary message. It's meant to keep you safe, keep you from being late, keep you from being let down, save you from cycles you've already been through, protect you from pain that comes back. I took you out of it already. Don't lose what heaven has worked so hard to get ready for you. What I see is different from what you see. You don't see the movement in the world you can't see. It doesn't look like the doors start to open. Angels are not seen setting things up behind the scenes. You can't see how the people who are connected to your destiny are changing. You can't see how close you are to making progress. You can't see how close the blessing is. You don't see how dangerous this moment is. Broken not because they are weak, but because of the time it happened. The enemy starts to distract when heaven starts to move. There is more noise around you as your blessing gets closer. Your mind gets more antsy. Your heart gets heavier. And your thoughts get more scattered when your breakthrough is close. This is why I'm telling you not to. You have been tired in your spirit. And being tired makes the spirit blind. Not seeing my signs or following my lead. You didn't pay attention to my warnings or the blessings that were right in front of you. Recently, you've been feeling uneasy, like something is moving around you, because something is the spiritual world is changing so that I can keep my promise to you. But you have to be aware of the movement at the same time. You can't stay asleep right now. You can't be numb right now when fate calls. You can't be distracted. You can't look away out of fear. I'm going to say this with love and in a firm voice. If you don't pay attention, if you keep ignoring my warnings, if you don't stop numbing your spirit, you will miss what I send just for you. Please know that every seed you plant in this mission grows into a torch that shines in someone else's darkness. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our community, does not go to a channel. Your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. But more than your support, we want your presence. When you head to our community through the link in the description or the pinned comment, you aren't just visiting a site, you are entering a community of like-minded believers. This is a sanctuary where you can post your prayer requests, lift up the burdens of others, and engage in daily discussions with a family that speaks the language of faith. Whether you are joining one of our membership tiers for deeper study, sowing a seed of faith, or simply joining our daily morning prayers, you are helping us build a global altar of worship. Heaven moves through willing voices, but it grows through a community that stands together. Each gift you give acts as living water for those in our community seeking healing and hope. Give and it will be given to you is the promise that sustains our shared mission. I invite you now to step out of the shadows and into this circle of prayer. Come with purpose. Join the conversation and plant your seed in fertile ground. Let's open the heavens together. Release your seed today. Join our community and see what God brings back into your life. The reason is not that I will take it away, but that your mind will not be on the blessing when it comes. You will get it wrong. You'll forget about it. You'll have doubts. It will be right next to you as you walk. You will make something take longer than it should. That's why I'm using such strong language. That's why my words sound heavier than before. This is the reason your heart is shaking as you read this. That's why this warning is different, my child. Look around. Let your spirit out. Let your heart open. The prayer you've been making is about to come true. You're about to experience something you didn't think was possible. Something you thought you had missed is coming back. Something that you thought was dead is coming back to life. You thought this would never happen to you, but it is getting ready to happen right now. But you have to be ready for this blessing. Pay attention to it. It needs obedience to do it. You have to stop drifting. You have to stop running for it to work. Right now, you feel a soft pull that you need to stop ignoring. One time you missed a blessing because you let someone pull you away at the last minute. You told yourself you were not ready. You didn't trust my voice. You went back to old ways of doing things. You went back to people who made you feel bad. Fear got stronger than your faith. Your heart was trying to tell you what to do, but you shut it down. You took a step back every time the blessing got close. I'm going to fight for you today. There's too much noise for me. I'm trying to keep you from going numb. I'm going after every lie that tells you to wait. Everything that's making you feel down, I'm fighting against it. I'm work hard to make sure you don't miss what's going to happen. This is why I'm warning you, and I want you to take it seriously, not out of fear. For the last time, pay close attention. This notice is not meant to scare you. It's meant to protect you. It's to keep your blessing, breakthrough, future, peace, and purpose safe. Listen to me now, my child. Keep your heart calm, because I'm about to reveal battles you didn't see, attacks you didn't know about, and storms that gathered around you before they hit you. There is a world that looks normal to you as you walk through it, but deep down there has been a spiritual war going on around you for years. The weight you felt wasn't because you were weak as you thought. It was caused by forces that didn't want you to get to where I was leading you. It's not your mind that was making you confused. It was other things trying to get in the way of your clarity. I bet you thought your delays meant you failed, but they were actually battles for your fate. On the outside, you saw how painful you were, but on the inside, you never saw the spiritual storms that were trying to stop what I put inside you. People have tried to stop your blessing, but it's not because you are cursed. It's because you were chosen. The enemy doesn't attack things that won't happen. His aim is not at things that are not valuable. It doesn't bother him, so he doesn't fight it. He fought you because you were marked by heaven. The reason he fought you is because you have meaning. He fought you because you lived through things that should have killed you. He fought with you because he knew the growth was coming before you did. The battles you fought were planned. They were spiritual attempts to keep you from making progress, to dim your hope, and to weaken your link to me. Even though nothing was wrong, you couldn't figure out why you felt heavy. That heavy feeling was from the spirit world trying to weaken you before the blessing came. You didn't understand why all of a sudden you had doubts about yourself, your path, your worth, and my love. It wasn't your doubt. It was planned and meant to make you feel bad. You didn't understand why connections broke down, relationships changed, and people changed. Some of those relationships, my child, were caused by spiritual forces that were trying to take your attention away, stop you, or wear you out before you moved on to the next season. Say, God, you are my strength today. If He is, share this video, too. As this awakening grows inside you, know that helping with this mission is not a joke. It is a sign from God. You can support this work through the link in the description or the pinned comment. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our Ko-fi community. By doing so, you become part of Jesus' plan to save souls who are still stuck in fog. Every seed turns into light that fights against darkness. If you water others, you will be watered yourself. Jesus says, this is not history. It is a living promise about your future. Come into this moment with faith and a plan. What God has already planned for your life can be unlocked through your giving. Before we get to the end of this powerful story, let's reflect on this deep truth. You did not find this message by accident. This is a divine appointment meant specifically for you. You are being invited into a protected faith-filled community at the link in the description and pinned comment. A place where divine abundance is not just a hope but a promise built on the Word. By heading to the site right now, you are unlocking access to a sacred community of like-minded believers. When you join our membership tiers, you gain immediate entry to powerful content, daily devotions, and divine insights that are hidden from the world. This is your chance to enter a sanctuary where you will receive spiritual guidance, unwavering support on our prayer wall, and speedy progress toward your destiny. Do not let this moment of destiny pass by you. Your breakthrough is waiting. Join our inner circle through the exclusive link in the description. This is how you guarantee you never miss the personalized messages and spiritual warfare tools meant to elevate your life. If you feel called to deepen your connection, the link is waiting for you in both the pinned comment and the description. For those who want to amplify this work and carry the light home, you can find our guided ebooks and Bibles in the pinned comment. Whether you join as a member or sow a seed through our resources, your presence and energy change the world. Take the step. Your abundance awaits. You are about to enter your divine future. But remember, this breakthrough is not for you alone. Your testimony is the bridge someone else will use to reach their own miracle. Archangel Michael is inviting you to visit community through the link in the description or the pinned comment. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our community does not go to a channel. Your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. By joining our like-minded community, you are no longer praying in isolation. You are adding your voice to a global sanctuary where we discuss the Word daily and stand in the gap for one another. This is not poetry. When Jesus says, "Give, and heaven will open over you." On this platform, every seed you plant turns into oil for your destiny, fire for your calling, and a hedge of safety for your family. Now is your time. Step into our community prayer wall. Share your heart. And as you give, watch God multiply what you let go of. Let's finish this journey together. Visit our community now. Join the family and see your heavens.